Hello, I'm fine. And you? I think it's pretty good. I just have to remind about anatomy. I have to remind myself about the muscles of the arm because I think for me right now it's the worst part of the body. It's the arms. So whenever I'm studying, I'm remember the arms again. And I also outside of the stream, I've been just scribbling. Is that the word? Just sketching some geometrical forms in perspective and trying to work again with perspective because later on, you've got to know how to draw the body in perspective as well. And it's worse because it's all organic forms. Yeah, I think they are the worst. The torso is okay. I think the next part are the knees that are quite hard because you think it's simple, but it's not, especially when you are bending. Like, you think the knee has this form, and then all of a sudden, when you bend it, it's like really big. And then I don't know how these muscles work here when you are bending. It's something to study later. And the proportion of the arms too, I sometimes get wrong. I sometimes, make it too long or too short. Yeah, the hands and the feet are another problem. But I've been watching some videos and like you can do the hand like this, and then you make like these rectangles. But then the problem is in perspective. Then you have to start with the point of the fingers. I am just trying here. Kind of a funny hand. And doing casting a spell. Yeah, let's say that everything when you are learning is hard. Are you working on your project today? I have a question. Like you are programming an app. Have you ever Oh, okay. Have you ever Do you know the game called Tiny Glade? I have it here. Like you create these beautiful buildings. Yeah, and it's really impressive. I don't know how they did that. You can add, for example, you put a block of building and then you add another block, and then there's all these calculations that the game makes to make the block that you're adding to be visually good. It's like the game is calculating. I don't know. You tell me. I find it pretty impressive, and then I just discovered it was made by only two people. I think it's something that's generative, if that's what's called. Oh, I get it. Because I just thought that this game is really flexible. You can do a lot of things. And I thought that it was hard to make. And it works pretty well. I haven't found any bugs yet. What's a raycast? Okay. Let, let me just see a word here on the translation that I want to say. Guardrail? You know, those things when you are going up a stair and you have this guardrail. That's what the translator is giving me here. For you to prevent you from falling, you know. For example, what I'm saying is that when you add another block or when you are making the existing block bigger, these guardrails, they expand and they calculate, you know, to be beautifully, yeah, it makes all the calculations. So it expands the guardrail and then puts more wood sticks. And yeah, you don't have to actually build that because it calculates by itself. And I just think that for you to make a game, it's already that hard. And for the game to be this way, that you can build something in the game and it works. You know, there was another game that I used to play when I was a teenager. It was called Little Big Planet. And you could build all sorts of things. It had all sorts of engines in the game, and you could build. It was pretty fun. Oh, that's so cool. I like to understand the behind the scenes. What is happening. And here I am when I was trying to make my own game. I would put the character to jump, and then the other day he wouldn't jump anymore. Life is just like that. Well, when I was trying to make the game, I used to see some game devs memes, and it was just like that, you know, expectations. Oh, this super intelligent guy creating codes and hacking stuff and all of that. And in reality, you go to Google and how do I solve this problem? But the problem with me, specifically with me, I don't know if that's the pattern, but is that I would search on Google and a lot of people would have solutions, but with me it wouldn't work. Any of the solutions. So I think twice I went to Reddit and asked questions because I couldn't find anywhere. So then I would have to ask on Reddit for someone to give me a specific answer. So is Python like the father of all the languages? Oh, okay, I see, I see. And what about those type of codes that it's like a drawing, like very visual? You have to connect this box with that box, and in this box you have like a if, then, and then you go on, connecting these boxes. Do you prefer creating the code on your own or using this type of visual coding? Yes, yes. I see. And what do you think about the AI? Do you think AI is going to compromise the market for programmers? Because, like, I get asked this question, what about AI? And I came with an answer is that if I'm going to not live my life because of AI, what am I going to do then? And I think that if the AI replaces artists, it would be a lot easier to replace other professions. And I did get afraid, I'm not going to lie, but I decided to move on. Like, does the AI make good codes? Can it solve problems? I can just hope that it doesn't replace us. But there are already stories of artists from companies that were replaced by AI. That frightens me, but again, I chose to live my life. Yeah, I imagine that solve the problem solving would be really limited because it's so hard. When I come back to this drawing, I will see lots of mistakes. But I think it's fine by now. Oh, this thing that you explained really made sense. You know, the language part. Yeah, that I think that's how it is supposed to be used, not to replace. It's for you to make better apps and faster, but not to replace. Just like AI, I sometimes will make AI art just for reference. Yeah, I understood it pretty well. So like you are expanding the. It's like a chat. It has a thread, a language thread. You go with the English language and then the one and zeros. Yeah. Imagine if there were like, oh, I am a AI programmer, just like there is with artists. I am an AI artist. That's so stupid. And the more I am working on this, the more I am getting frustrated. And this one, I noticed that the reference, he's like making his chest bigger and mine is just normal. I didn't like it, so I'll try to do it again. I thought I would draw mirrored, and it's quite difficult. It's quite the exercise for the brain to draw mirrored from the reference. I don't know if this is helping me but I'll just continue. Yeah, it sounds really complex. It's almost funny, I just left, words words into one and zeros, and then one and zeros, and then back to words. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's stupid, because first of all, today I can almost with 99% precision tell if it's AI or not. And then the stupid part is that people say, they really say that they are AR artists. I just heard a man defend AI art like, oh, but you do have to work because you have to give the prompt and you have to write all these words, and then it doesn't come out the way you want, so you have to make the machine think like you are thinking, blah 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 blah. And then you use Photoshop, and then you Photoshop the image. Yeah, yeah. So the machine learns with the work of other artists, and it's kind of stolen. There was this guy that he got fired some months ago. I think he used to make designs for a company, and he was working there for around 6 years, I think. And then he just got fired because the company had been training the AI with his art style and his works. And now they don't need him anymore because the AI just learned how to replicate his work, his art style. I just think that should be illegal. Oh my god, that's bad, huh? That sounds really bad. I just can imagine all the criminal stuff you can do with this. Oh my god. Oh man, I will search more about that to be aware. You know, people are already getting incriminated for stuff they didn't do just because, it's my word against yours. And then, this bias thing, if the judge is biased and it's my word against yours, and he's biased in favor of me, then it's already happening. In my country that happens. If a woman says, oh, that man raped me, she doesn't need any footage, anything. She doesn't need anything for that man to be suspected. There were even cases of men getting imprisoned because of that. And then later, it would be proven that he didn't do anything. Now with this AI thing, it will be way easier. Okay, but this one we have to to think, there's no one who will give, it's better not to trust someone who says he will just give you money, that we can reason. Today I think it's better for us not to be such a public person anymore, because of this stuff you're talking about. Oh, now you have a point. Yeah. Do you know anything about these people, if if the justice is going after them to find out who are making these videos? Yeah. We could argue that AI would have to be perfect, because we can still see some no mistakes, but if people are already, I don't follow news. I have to confess, but if people are falling for this, it's because it has reached a point, and it will reach a point where it's irrecognizable between reality and fake. As you know, I was talking to my husband these days about AI. Is that I don't recall AI being a thing like for like a decade ago. You know, it started just a few years ago with the AI art stuff. And then it's just learning too fast. It's like exponentially. It's like, for example, in the past 5 years, it has learned the equivalent of like 10 years, let's say. It, it, it's exponentially. And for example, if you get, let's say, 10 years ago, the the first 5 years it learned like a little bit, but then the last 5 years it learned a lot, way much more. Do you know if there is an AI that debunks AI, something like that? Like this AI, oh, this is AI. Like, you know, the meme with the Spider-Man pointing to the Spider-Man. Man, I'm just done with this post. I am not liking it. I am not liking. I will leave it at that and then I will come back later. Today is not my day. So I'll go back to this one. I see. And in the end, I think it would be like you're just training more AI, right? You're just making it stronger. Jesus. Oh, so it's becoming a problem for them. They created this stuff and now it's coming back to bite their ass. Yeah, but you say that they're making it harder, but it will continue to learn. Yeah, they should have thought about that. And why would they train an AI to solve their own captchas? Captchas? Oh, I get it. Oh, little Bart is happy. talking about technology, like, still, do you think that you know, the military in the world have lots of technology, way more than we do? It's first for the military, then for us. So, what type of technology do you think that the military already has that it's not spoken of? I cannot think because I'm not very good with technology, but I cannot think more than I already know. I already know what type of technology we have, but what type of more technology that the military has? Just like the internet. I once searched about the history of internet, and it first, of course, started with the military. Do you think that there is holograms? Is that even possible? Those sci-fi stuff. Oh my god, holograms would be like the the one sci-fi stuff. You said about better planes. There was this case in Brazil that nobody knew how to explain, but I never searched more about it. Oh my god, laser. How do they even do that? Laser is for to burn, right? Yeah, but that is just I believe that it's just a matter of time, right? The way these people discover stuff. There was a case in Brazil about a light that was seen in the sky, and it made this terrible sound and people were afraid. it happened in the northeast side of Brazil, and people filmed it, this noise, this terrible noise. And then on that same day, there was this light on the sky, and like it made a stupid distant travel in like 2 hours, I think. In 2 hours, it was really, really fast, I think. But I don't remember the details. But people start talking about aliens and stuff, but it could be those stuff that you said, the faster planes, the better planes. And how is that done? Like, is it like it must have technology, right? Outside of the vehicle? Like, a screen of some kind outside of the vehicle, so it camouflages as the surroundings. Yeah, they never share, right? Yeah. But I like to make these guesses. Will they use AI for battles? You know? And if they do have AI, their AI must be really well trained too. Drones with AI? Oh, my little bird, he's sleepy. He's so cute. I just had to comment that. Oh, that's cool. But then, do they have to come back, the drones, or I don't think so, right? They can send the data. Oh, okay. It's like a kamikaze. Hey, now talking about it, you know, do you understand anything about the dr- the the dome from Israel? That thing is impressive, isn't it? Isn't it? You know, how many missiles did they stop? They have to calculate the missile, where it's going, and the speed and all of that, right? And then I heard a news from a while back that there was this attack with lots of missile, and then the dome couldn't stop all of them because they were a lot. So they they do have uh, to get to get better. Imagine, having to stop lots of missiles at the same time. You know a lot. I say it's impressive because I always thought that I was bad at technology. Things just happen to stop working in my hand, and I just find things impressive. I don't study much. Yeah, but why don't other countries have it as well? It looks like something only Israel has. May I ask, do you have ADHD? Do you have autism? Like, I I never got tested myself, but I do believe that I've got ADHD and no ADHD and autism too, I think. But just because of my research, I never got tested, and I really don't care, to be honest. But when you say this stuff and you say that you get bored really easily, I just can't help but think that that's the way I am too. I also get bored, and the reason I started this stream is because, yeah, I already told you, but to be focused. If there is no rush, I can't be focused. I understand. I just ask it because I think I do have ADHD, but ADHD, but because I remember you said you get bored really easily. Especially when I'm not understand something. Like the anatomy study of today was like a. And if I wasn't live, I think I wouldn't even, try to remake the drawing. So then you understand something, you learn something, and then you move on. Yeah, but that's really cool. If you do that with your university, you end up very, very intelligent, right? I see. I sometimes I learn more when I get to make a project, because like a real project like this one. Sometimes when I'm learning something that I want, I get distracted because it's like I don't know how I will use it. I cannot. I have to focus on what I want in the end. Oh, I want to make beautiful drawings with the anatomy as correct as possible. But sometimes I can't think like that. I can't think in the end what I truly want by learning something. So getting some projects, it's oh, like this one. I've got to learn, some poses, and I've got I learned a little bit about seaweed because if it wasn't for this project, I would never, you know. Oh, let's learn seaweed today. No, but because I had this project, I I could learn a little bit about the sea and sea animals. But on the other hand, I just get like no project. It's hard for me to create a project of my own because it doesn't feel real. Oh, because I created it. No. But when it's something another person who is asking, then my mind starts working. I went to architecture university, and it was also hard to make project for the university because it was the teacher who asked, and it wasn't real. You had to think it was real, but I couldn't. But then whenever someone was like, "Oh, I want to make this in my room. I wanted, to change the lights or change the color," then my mind starts thinking because it's real and somebody actually need your advice. So finish the live here. See you next time. Maybe tomorrow. Bye bye.